Alright, yo, we back. Like I said, since it's the go home show for the Extreme Retro Review, we gotta fill in some time. So we're gonna debut the second new segment, and this will be entitled Street Smark Cinema with Hollywood.
Oh man. So, with the Street Smark Cinema, what we'll be doing is on the weeks of our go home shows, we'll be reviewing a wrestling related movie. And this week I decided that we would go with The Wrestler, but not the 2008 Mickey Rourke version of The Wrestler. No. The 1974 version, which should have been subtitled a Vern Gagne joint. How do you say his last name? Gagne.
It's French.
Gagne.
It's French.
Jasny.
Alright. Gagne.
Gagne.
Yeah, Gagne. It's French. Gagne. Vern Gagne.
Vern Gagne. Now, for those who don't know who Vern Gagne is, and I don't know a whole lot about him, but here's what I do know. He was the promoter of the AWA.
Yep.
Was he the owner as well?
Yes.
He was
him and Wally Carbo.
He was owner, promoter, wrestler, and he was
time AWA champion.
He was the AWA's Hulk Hogan, even though they had Hulk Hogan. So yeah, this movie he was introduced. It's introducing Vern Gagne and some other dude I don't remember. Executive producer Vern Gagne. So when I watched this movie, it seemed like firstly like, man, this is a Vern Gagne joy. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Because Vern Gagne, I think like after I saw this, which first let me just get out the way. I love this movie. I enjoyed it. Like just because I was able to take it it was 1974 and the movie was like wrestling was a shoot. So I really enjoyed that aspect of it, you know what I'm saying? And then Vern Gagne, he split himself into two characters in this movie that was kind of like a love letter to himself and to professional wrestling at the same time.
Preach.
You know what I'm saying? Because he was Mike Bullard or whatever, the character he played.
Mike, yeah.
And Frank Bass is also, I believe, Vern Gagne as well. You know what I'm saying?
No. Frank is not. I mean, well, okay, yes. I would say Frank would be more like Wally Carbo.
Okay, I'm not familiar with who Wally Carbo is.
He's the partner. He's the partner.
Okay, in real life?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It was Frank and Wally.
Okay.
I mean, Vern and Wally.
Gotcha.
Yeah. He would, Wally Carbo was the guy who would secure the venues. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So, Vern was the talent.
Kind of like a secretary.
Not necessarily. He had the connections to get the big venues. I mean,
okay.
AWA was so.
The plug.
They put 20,000 in the Metrodome.
Damn.
You see what I'm saying? Like they were big. They were doing big business. AWA had Vince not took all his talent, and Vern had a sense of any type of New York showmanship. He had the talent.
Okay.
It was nothing. He could have went national.
Okay.
I mean, he tried to go national. He had the TV.
Uh-huh.
He just didn't have the personalities. And I'm sorry, it's just shit. So,
no. This is
long story short. Vern,
because it applies to the movie, so I'm glad you're sharing it. That's what makes the movie so awesome to me.
Well, here's long story short about Vern.
Mm-hmm.
Vern is a amateur guy. Okay, he's been in the Olympics.
I could tell.
Okay, he goes pro, quote unquote, and he stays in Minneapolis because Minneapolis has no territory. Okay,
Makes
so
sense.
they build this shit around him. The NWA champion will come. Vern would fight him, but Vern would never beat him because the board didn't want Vern to be champion. They didn't think Vern could draw outside of Minneapolis. Okay.
Pay attention to what the food you're saying, y'all.
So when Dory and Terry
Boom.
and Harley, you know what I'm saying, Jack Briscoe are making their rounds from territory to territory, you know what I'm saying, getting, you know, carrying NWA. Vern's like, what the fuck, yo? I can do the same fucking thing. Okay? And NWA's like, nah, because they're a mafia, basically. They picked their guys. They got their guys. Vern wasn't a guy. He wasn't in the clique. So Vern said, fuck it. I have enough of a name. I can do this shit on my own. Hooks up with Wally, because Wally has the connections to the venues. And they started running towns.
Holy moly.
Okay?
And you didn't enjoy this movie because this was this was the Vern Gagne story. So, what I say? I was saying, yeah, they treated wrestling like it was a shoot. And then outside of the love letter to himself and to the wrestling business and stuff, it was like a 50 million cameos and name drops and stuff. I'm like, oh crap, there's Dusty Rhodes. Oh, superstar Billy Graham. Dark-haired Ric Flair.
I passed out when I didn't see Flair.
Then Vince McMahon Sr. was sitting next to the Frank Bass character of Vern Gagne.
Poor Frank. Yeah. That's all I gotta say. Yo, they shit on Frank the entire movie. And like the 40 minutes I saw this movie, you know what I'm saying? Because I completely like KO'd at like 3 in the morning. I was like, yo, I can't watch this shit no more. This is terrible. Between all the 70s suspenseful porn music going on, and doing slams and fucking flying head scissors and fucking piece of shit Greg Gagne drop kicks. I was like, oh, this is
and it was all dramatized too. Like it was taken seriously. Like kind of like Superman the movie when it first dropped. Like, you know, it was kind of recognized as the first time a superhero was taken seriously in a movie. Like, you know, I don't know if this was the first wrestling movie or not, but like I was just like, man, this is serious. To Vern.
Santo had plenty of movies prior to this in Mexico.
Oh, okay. Oh shit, I'm gonna have to dig into the.
No, because it's like El Santo as Lucha Vampire. You know what I'm saying? They're terrible. Oh. I watched a couple of them just to say, okay, I've seen a luchador movie. Yo, they're shitty. Fuck out of here. No, I say this. I'm not a movie buff guy, and I don't watch any movie before 1980. Unless it's like a certified classic and recommended by like 100 million people. I don't watch any movie in black and white.
Like 1978's Superman movie.
I'm not watching that shit.
I'm sorry, that is a classic.
Nah, I watched 2.
2 is what got me into the genre.
All right.
And that's my favorite.
What I'm saying?
Yeah, that's my favorite movie of all time, Superman 2.
2 can get the respect all day, but I'm not watching 1. Fuck that shit. And I ain't watching 3, and 4 can go to hell in a handbasket.
I'll give you props for 2, because that's my favorite movie of all time.
Give me fooge out of here. Get the fooge out of here.
But they say Superman the movie is probably like one of the greatest comic book movies of all time.
Shit ain't better than Blade.
Shit is killing Blade.
Shit. I watched Blade the other night on the Android box. Me and wifey over there high as fuck watching this shit. This shit had that motherfucking the whole movie was like, smack my bitch up. And all that type of music, and Busta Rhymes just kicking people's ass. Yo, the movie is a shit. Superman, what did he ever do? Who did he ever beat?
First of all, he beat, if you want to start with Superman 2, he beat not 1, but 3 Kryptonians and Lex Luthor.
No. He outsmarted.
Same thing.
No. Blade was over here smashing through vampires. Well, like he was just running through jobbers.
Well, okay? You know, you can run through jobbers, or you know, you can't always run through jobbers and stuff, you know. But to get us back on track, you know what I'm saying?
Street Smark Cinema.
You know,
official.streetsmarks@gmail.com is how you want to contact us.
You know,
listen to us on Street Smark. We on YouTube.
Yeah.
Fuck with us. Facebook. Street Smark fan page. Fuck with us on the IG at official.streetsmarks, and fuck with us on Twitter at street_smarks. Go, man. How was this movie, man? What the fuck was this movie about? All I know was about Billy, what's his face?
No, Billy. So here's basically what it was about.
All right, go.
The long and the short of it was about. So, Frank Bass, played by Ed Asner, he was the promoter of the unnamed league, quote unquote league that they wrestled in. You know what I'm saying? And he was trying to raise funds and stuff, and he was getting under a little bit of pressure because, for one, first off top, Vern Gagne's character, Mike Bullard, his wife came to him.
Just say Vern.
Yeah, Vern's wife came to him in the movie crying and stuff like, oh yeah, he's gonna get hurt and somebody died in the ring.
Right.
So you know what I'm saying? So they had my dude looking all, you know, sympathetic and stuff and holding her from the back and stuff like, we gonna figure something out. I'm like, So you got that going on, and then on top of that, so I'm so glad you prefaced this with everything you said, because in my notes I said he was under pressure from Mike's wife, aka Vern's wife, the mob, because the dude tried to catch him slipping in the sauna, talking about, yeah.
Yo, it was like two fat guys in the sauna. Yo, listen, yo, two fat guys in the sauna. Fat guy standing up says he's going to get in the biz. Frank speaks as slow as Hollywood.
Whoa, what the? But Frank was a G, because you know why? Go ahead, dude.
He said he feels mad when people is out to get him. The other fat guy threatens him. Crusher and the Bruiser come in for the fans.
You know what I'm talking
about. On camera. But alright, whatever.
You know what I'm saying? So he got that pressure, and then he got the I called him the quote unquote unnamed NWA, telling them that Vern is over the hill. You know what I'm saying? Like, shoot, like we got this Super Bowl of wrestling coming up,
right?
And you know, we need a younger dude, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh dang. So then Frank, aka Ed Asner,
Frank,
aka one part of Vern Gagne's real life persona, or he could be Wally. But, you know, you the owner and promoter. You motherfucking Ed Asner in my book. So he got this ass. So he starts scheming, plotting how he gonna get Billy, was it Billy Taylor? Or
played by Billy Robinson.
Played by Billy Robinson, who was actually, I guess he was...
famous. NWA guy.
The Rock to Vern Stone Cold, I guess.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, he played the up-and-comer from out of town and stuff.
From the UK.
From the UK.
He's a shooter.
He was from the UK, but the Japan champion.
Yeah, right.
So yeah, everybody watching footage on him, getting all nervous and stuff, and shook like, oh man, it's like he Brock Lesnar and stuff. Like, oh yeah, no, he's the next big thing. You know what I'm saying? Vern's wife all shook and stuff, like Adrian from every Rocky movie and stuff. You know,
you can't do it, right? You're a bum, right?
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, look at the support system Rocky had. You know what I'm saying?
All right, so what? I know it's set up between Mike and Billy. You know what I'm saying? So all I know is every time Vern was in the ring, Vern went over.
For sure, because he had a devastating drop kick that led into his devastating sleeper hold.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then, so they build this way up into the big fight. The night of the fight, the Mafia try to make a move on Frank and stuff. And they do rough him up a couple times, but then some more wrestlers come in and make the save and beat up the mobsters and stuff. Then they finally get to the match and stuff, and it was a 5-minute movie match and stuff. And it lit. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? It felt important though, like, you know what I'm saying? And that's what kind of made the ending bittersweet, because it's ironic that it has the same, well, the wrestler 2008 has the same name because it basically had the same finish, where they build all the way up to this match with Mike Bullard versus motherfucker Billy Taylor.
Billy, what's his face?
And as the movies, the last few scenes of the movie, they have Taylor having a flashback of him saying, "I've never been drop kicked," and you know, say, I wrote, "I've never been drop kicked in the face," because that's what Vern do, you know what I'm saying? Drop kick your head off, son. You know what I'm saying? So as soon as he's thinking that his stuff, they just show Vern with his old ass jumping up and shit, and they show his foot coming towards the camera, and the movie ends. The credits roll. I'm like, dang, can we? It's a wrestling movie. Can we at least get a finish? You know what I'm saying? But if you think about it, in the bigger scheme of storytelling and movie making and wrestling and movies in general, it kind of just started like Vern was like, he wasn't quite at the end of his career because he was trying to make his way to the Super Bowl or wrestling thing, but it ended without a finish at the same time. So it's like, you know, but it should have had a finish though.
So overall, do you give it 2 thumbs up, thumbs down? What do you give it?
I give it 4 ring bells out of 5.
Okay, because I give it 1 ring bell out of 5 because it was terrible. I got like 40 minutes into the movie. I gave up, fell asleep, woke back up. Vern and Billy's in the ring. I don't know what the fuck is going on. I kept writing.
It was the match of the century.
I kept writing. I have no idea what's happening. I have no clue what's going on in this movie.
Vern's fighting for his life and Billy's fighting for the
I know
title.
somebody had died in the ring and they wanted to talk about that, but regardless, the movie was terrible.
No, and because Ed Asner, aka Frank Bass, gave it was a line that was a perfect defense of professional wrestling. He said something to the effect that it's fast and furious, it's as rough as football, and takes as much stamina as basketball. You know what I'm saying? And some more to it that I can't remember off the top of my head. But
I was actually awake for that part.
You know what I'm saying?
I didn't write it.
It touched my soul. The wrestling fan soul, it touched that, like, you know what I'm talking about, Ed? You know what I'm talking about?
No, I don't.
No, you was feeling it. That's why you remember.
You know what I was feeling? I was feeling unconscious. This is terrible. Oh my God, this is horrible. Oh my God, somebody stabbed my eyeballs.
Unbelievable.
So with that, we'll be back.
Yeah.
With the ECW Retro Review.
The go-home show to the Summer Sizzlers Spectacular.
Good job butchering that shit.
Steak 'em.